Welcome to the next episode of the BookTube Network. That's not a numerical value, but that's okay. I am Caleb J. Ross. My channel is /Caleb J. Ross, and I'm here with Liz.
I'm Liz of Books. I do BookTube news and other such things on the internet. Yes.
And if you weren't here for the previous episode, the first part of this episode, I just want to draw attention to the fact that Liz has an awesome purple name thing, and I don't.
Lower third.
Lower third, that's called. I learned that today, and I think she's doing it to make me feel bad.
Yep.
And it's not working, Liz. It's not working. So there you go.
What you gonna do?
Nothing. Let's jump into the topic for this episode, which I personally think is really kind of cool. So I'll say the topic before I give my opinion. That would probably be the proper way to do this. There is a reality TV competition called Literary Deathmatch. Literary Deathmatch has been around for a long, long time. They've done a couple stops in Kansas City, where I live, and it's basically a live book reading, which aren't uncommon, but they usually take place in things like bars, and they're a little bit more fun, and people, it's more crowd participation. It's a very engaging sort of event. Well, the Todd Zuniga, I think is his name, Zuniga, something like that. I will link to his correct name down below when I re-upload this. And he is the leader of this whole thing, and he's gotten a Kickstarter together to actually turn this into a TV series. And so he's doing a TV pilot based off of a live book reading extravaganza. And so while nobody has seen the results of that, he is getting some pretty good people on there. He had Tig Notaro, who's an amazing stand-up comedian. She was judging on it once. The guy who plays Dexter, which people out there will kill me because I don't know, is Michael something. Anyway,
I don't know his name either.
I don't either. And so they're going to be judging the guy who murders people and everybody thinks he's handsome. Whatever. And if everybody who murdered someone was handsome, I think we'd all, be pretty handsome, right? No? Okay. And then the other people he's had, Moby, I think, was on there, the musician. Remember him? He was important back in the day. So anyway, there's a lot of people going on. It's very cool. What are your thoughts, Liz, on this kind of topic, this idea? Do you think it has legs? Do you think it'll go anywhere?
It sounds interesting to me, but I'm not sure if that would work on a major television network. I feel like it would work on PBS or something like that. Mm-hmm. But as far as it being on NBC or Fox or ABC or even MTV, I would just be I feel like their ratings would probably fall through the floor a little bit. It sounds like a really awesome idea, and you'd have a lot of fun guests, but I feel like there would be a very specific audience for that. Yeah, I think so too. I would assume that it's going to be on that if it got to an actual network level, that it would be on a smaller network. But even that being said, I mean, being on TV is a big deal, and I think you're right that it wouldn't work that well. But I anticipate that after a few episodes, if it did get on the air, after a few episodes, the live reading part would actually almost be supplemental to something else. They would have the comedians who are judging might actually talk more. It would just become sort of a second tier. Because I didn't watch the show a lot, but what is it called? It's not Def Comedy Jam. It's something, I forget what the show was called, but I don't remember. Why am I talking about this? But basically, there was a show that this kind of reminds me of it. But yeah, it was a very specific audience to it, and so it lasted quite a while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like it would be. There's an SNL skit. I can't remember the name of the actual skit, but it's a fake TV show. Keenan Thompson, is that his name? The guy, the big guy. He's this talk show host. And he has 3 guests on every time.
Yes.
And you know what I'm talking about?
What up with that?
That's it. That's the one. And I have a feeling it'd almost be like that, where it's they're supposed to be these guests and they're supposed to be this thing, but really there's other stuff that takes a precedent over it, and it never really gets to the reading part. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is an audience for this. And if there is an audience, let's hypothetically say, yeah, there's an audience for it. It's going to go crazy. What do you think that's going to do obviously I think it would increase book sales, but what do you think that's going to do
I
to
think
like
it
the
would give
culture of reading?
those writers or authors, whatever their status is, like more exposure to the world and like have more people be aware of them. And so I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if it'll be, and I don't know who would actually be doing the readings, but I wonder if it's for the sake of needing to reach a wide audience, they're going to be highlighting authors that are already pretty well known anyway. You know what I mean? Like I'm assuming like Dave Edgars would be there because he's everywhere and everybody knows who he is. Or
like the newer people that are still like the people who like fairly recent, like within the past like 10 years, started writing but are severely popular maybe.
Yeah.
That too. Trying
to get sort of that that hot topic appeal on there, like any visual medium has to be. It's you can't hate them for doing something visual with the book medium. I mean, if it's going to be successful, it has to be successful, I think, by adopting typical TV audience type of tropes with flash and stars and that kind of stuff. And if there was a way to do it without all of that, how would that go? Do you have any thoughts on how?
Like without like the comedians and stuff?
Without the big people, yeah. What kind of show would you watch that's featuring? Maybe you're flip through the channels and you see that there's this show about authors, but you don't necessarily know the names of the authors, right? So you're not invested in that sense.
Yeah.
What would you do what would it have to be in order for you to go ahead and watch, even though you don't know the authors?
I think it would have to be more than just like them reading their stuff. It'd have to be like, I don't want to say like a what is it called when like the rap battle? It basically have to be a rap battle, but authors.
An author battle. That could be.
Basically, it would be like,
it's like slam poetry kind of thing.
Stuff. She reads a page, like go back and forth. But it'd probably have to be like less than a page. It'd be like, describe a character or something like that. Like describe the host or whatever, and like.
Oh yeah, so almost like it's a spontaneous thing. So it's not like they're reading from their own thing. It's a live performance. They make it up as they go.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting just to see people do that on the fly. Like I know authors, the first. If you follow any author on Twitter, they're like, the first draft is awful. Like, yeah, but it would just be interesting to see them what their first, out of the gate. What are they saying? What's coming out of the mouth?
That would be awful. it would be cool to watch, but
you'd have like a couple of nerdy people up there, like trying to be like, But I can't think of anything else, like jousting, like what are you gonna do?